There was a small boy who was walking along the beach at low tide, where there were countless thousands of small sea creatures that were being washed up and stranded and doomed to perish. There was an older man watching as the boy picked up the individual creatures and walked them back down to the water and threw them in. And the older man said to the little boy, "I can see that you're being very kind, but there are 1,000,000 of them. What you're doing can't possibly make a difference." Well, the little boy walked back to the older man and said, "It does make a difference for that one." Here at the cathedral, we do try to make a difference in people's lives, even though we can't solve all the problems of the world. But we do have some very significant ways that we try to reach out to the hungry, to those in crisis, to those who need health care and have no way of obtaining it. And we are fortunate that our diocesan Hope Appeal supports the cathedral in two very important ways. First of all, it supports us with some kind of a subsidy that helps us to keep these buildings as beautiful as they are. And secondly, the Hope Appeal supports our cathedral emergency services, which is housed across the street in our parish center. And I've asked Peter Parillo, who is the director of our emergency services, to come today and to talk to you about what we try to do and how important it is, how important your support is to our CES, and how important the Hope Appeal is to our parish. This is Hope Appeal weekend. You will see envelopes in your pews. If you have not received an envelope at home, you're welcome to take one, and you can bring it back next week and place it in the as the ushers come up, or you can send it to us in the mail. But I am very grateful for Peter, for all that he does for the poor, and I'm very, very grateful to all of you for supporting this most important ministry that really is the essential piece for the cathedral. You know, we live out the gospel message when we take care of one another. And if we weren't doing this, if we weren't doing the CES and the Emmaus and reaching out to the poor and the needy, our existence wouldn't be needed. This is what we're all about. We come together to worship, and our worship takes us out to meet the needs of those around us. So I'd like to introduce Peter to just give us a little idea of what actually goes on across the street.
Cathedral Emergency Services, or the Downtown Assistance, or CES, or the Food Pantry as it's known by many of those names, refers individuals to several different agencies in the county or the state as to where they may need particular assistance. Our own programs, we have a breakfast program on Wednesday mornings, started by the Daughters of Charity some 21 years ago, that feeds the people in the Oxford Inn. Very nutritional breakfast every Wednesday morning. The whole point of the breakfast is to get to know the men, to minister to their needs, to find out what their needs were. Then we obtained IDs, birth certificates for them, the necessary social service programs that they're entitled to. And in the past 21 years, we have been able to move over 200 men out of the Oxford Inn into their own apartments, functioning into society. We have the Emmaus Medical Clinic run by Dr. Satterley and her staff of other physicians and nurses, student volunteers. I see miracles done there every day. People are provided a medical care where they could go nowhere to receive the kind of care and love that they receive at that clinic. Our food pantry is probably one of the largest in the county. We serve over 350 to 450 families every month, which equates to about 600 grocery bags. That's all done by you and your donations of the food that you bring here. It's a labor-intense organization, we have over 40 volunteers that rotate all during the week and assist us in all of those different programs. We purchase our food from the food bank, and we have to have someone unload those trucks, stock the shelves, bag the groceries. The grocery bags that we put together consist of 15 meals, 3 meals a day for 5 days. Each person that we serve has already qualified for food stamps, and the food stamps that's been proven through government studies would get an individual through about 17 days. Food pantries are a supplement to the food stamps throughout America. Last week, 2 weeks ago, I was serving a woman who came in for the first time, and this is very typical of the people that we take care of. Husband was very ill in the hospital. She had lost her job through company downsizing. She was a former contributor to our food pantry, had no food in the house, was embarrassed, but we treated her with love and dignity, helped her, gave her 4 bags of groceries, and as I saw the tear coming down her cheek, she said, "Peter, Mr. Peter," she calls me, "thank them. I know where this food comes from. I know it's the people in that church. So thank them for me for all that they do, and I will work my way back, and I will come back, and I will help you, and I will contribute to the program also." So I get those thanks, me and the staff and the volunteers, that are truly meant for you. You're the people who keep this ministry alive with your donation of your time and your talent and your treasure. So the thanks are for you. So thank you very much for all you do in keeping this ministry alive.